Emotions are automatic responses to situations that our minds and bodies sees as important. Our experiences of emotions are shaped by both evolution and our personal histories. Emotions kick in to help us process and respond to meaningful situations like receiving a compliment or facing a threat, and they influence how we think, feel, and behave. Emotions serve a survival function. They prepare us to act quickly in situations that matter to us. For example, fear tells us to run from danger, while sadness might signal a loss and encourage us to seek comfort. Emotions also give us information. We may feel hurt when a friend cancels on us, and this might tell us how much we value connection and reliability. Emotions help us to communicate even without the use of words. So for example, our expression, our tone of voice, and body language often say more than we realize. Emotions are like internal signal that guides our actions and help us to get in touch with our needs. They organize our reactions to the world around us. For example, fear helps us stay safe. Sadness helps us process loss. Anger signals that a boundary has been crossed. Shame points out when we have fallen short of an expectation or standards. Disgust helps us avoid things that might be harmful to us. So understanding these signals allows us to respond in ways that are helpful to us. Before we can regulate an emotion, and to arrive at the emotions means that we need to feel it, really notice it, and understand what it is trying to tell us. When we do that, when we arrive at the emotions, we are no longer passive recipients of the emotions. We become active agents where we know our needs and we get to choose how we respond. But for many of us, arriving at our emotion is not easy. We may have learned to hide or suppress certain emotions like fear, anger, or sadness. And when this happens over and over again, it can leave us feeling confused about what we are really feeling. It would be really helpful if we can start to think about our relationship with emotions. We could start to be curious if how we respond to situations matches what is going on. And there are several ways that we can think about it. Some feelings come from the present moment, and it helps us understand what's happening. It's almost like that gut feeling of sadness when we lose something important, or anger when our boundaries are crossed. Sometimes we notice that how we respond to the current situation might be incongruent or out of proportion. And this could be an indicator that our present emotional reactions are shaped by our past. So what I mean by that is that, for instance, if someone raises their voice and it makes us feel intense fear, it could be because of earlier experiences such as growing up around someone who was aggressive or unsafe. And in that case, the emotion is not just about what is happening now, it's also carrying the weight of the past. At times, we may even feel one emotion on the surface that is actually covering up another emotion. For example, snapping in anger when deep down we are feeling really scared or hurt, or smiling when we are actually feeling sad, just to avoid looking vulnerable. At times, emotions are shown mainly to get a certain response. For example, acting angry to try to get someone to back down or give in, even if that is not what we really feel inside. The more we are able to pause and get curious about what we are truly feeling, the more we can respond in ways that are honest and helpful to ourselves and others. Emotions are an intricate part of being human. All of us have emotions. If your experience with emotions led you to feel confused, overwhelmed, or stuck in patterns that are affecting your daily lives, relationships, or work, it might be helpful to reach out. Therapy can provide a safe space to explore and make sense of your emotional world.